How fast is your website? Seriously, do you know how fast your website is? Could you be losing leads and sales because your website is so slow? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to check the speed of your website and then how to fix it if it's slow. Stay tuned.
Digital marketing for DIYers.
Hey friends, welcome back. I'm 𝗦𝗲𝗍 and I teach digital marketing to DIYers, meaning I help motivated individuals like yourself take control of your online success. So if this is your first time here on my channel, I talk about everything from web design and SEO to social media and branding and topics like this where we're talking about website speed. It's very important to me. So would you do me a favor? If I provide you with value within this video, would you please consider subscribing? All you have to do is hit the little subscribe button underneath this video and hit the bell notification so that way you always get notified when I put out a new video. And thank you so very much for your consideration. Okay, so we're talking about website speed. Now, you might, this is really one of those things that a lot of people don't even know that this is a thing, right? So you just build a website, it runs, you get found on Google or Bing. You know, so many people care about SEO and things like that, that how fast their website sometimes is the last thing to ever think of, if they even think about it. But how critical is it? Well, I say it's extremely critical. Not only does Google, when you do a search result, tell you how fast it took or how long it took to get those results to you, but they even tell you that when you're doing your speed test, you know, if it's something where it's what kind of grades you get, right? So if you use some of the tools I'm going to show you today, you can see how fast your website is. So are your images really slow? Is it something where you have a very over bloated, coded kind of website theme? And, you know, or do you have really bad just web server, right? Do you have a horrible web host company that your website's just like blah, right? So let's talk about a few of these things that can, make an impact. So first, let's go ahead and do a speed test. So that way you can just jump into this and you can kind of see what we have going on, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go to GTmetrix, okay? So I'm going to do a private, private browser here, okay? And so what you do is you would go to gtmetrix.com and you would type in your website. Now, there's a few things here just to kind of let you know, is that when you're looking at this, it's actually telling you that the testing is going to be from Vancouver, Canada, using a Chrome desktop, okay? Now, this is something where this kind of just gives you a good idea, but if you might be like, dude, I'm in Louisiana, I'm nowhere close to Canada, right? And I definitely understand this. So you can actually sign up for a free account. This is not like an affiliate link or anything like that, but if you get a free account, then you actually can choose from some other locations that are a little bit closer to you. And it's very beneficial, especially if you really do care about speed tests. So it's free, why not, right? So, but we're going to go ahead and just work with this. And I'm going to go ahead and just type in my website and we're going to play with this. So we're going to do https://𝗏𝗏𝗏.com. Okay. And again, I'm just putting in my domain name. It's going to be testing Vancouver, Canada. I am not logged into Google or anything like that. I'm not, doing anything. So what's happening is going through and it's kind of scanning it. Kind of looks cool. Like it's all sci-fi-ish and saying it's from the region is Vancouver, Canada. And it's using a Chrome desktop computer. So here's the image of my website, okay? So we know where we're at. And now we get the scores, okay? So we have a page speed score, 95%, slow score, 87. So sometimes, on a quick note here, if you ever go to buy a WordPress theme, sometimes they'll say these are the page scores. And this is where this is coming from. So you can see what kind of ratings that they give it, okay? Little tip there for you. So right here we have fully loaded time, 1.6 seconds. Shows how big the page is and how many requests, okay? And honestly, for me, like, I think this is exceptional. I think this is very good. And it's nothing like pat on the back, like I'm great or anything like that, but I'm using an extremely fast WordPress theme, okay? I just have a basic web host. I don't have anything crazy, but I'm optimizing my images. And I have a very image heavy homepage to begin with. I don't have a lot of text, but it's very image heavy, which does take a lot of speed. But I also have caching plugins and to really help me. And I'll kind of touch base on that in a second. But looking at this, we can see that this is like the page speed. And so what's nice about this is, say like it was loading extremely slow, you can go to the waterfall and you can see how long it takes to load things, okay? So if there was images or something, you can say, okay, man, this is really loading slow, and you'd be able to check it out. Okay. Let's find another test. Let's just take something out of the clear blue. I have no idea. I kind of pick on Dallas quite a bit. So let's do Dallas dentist. Let's see if we can find somebody. Let's just pick anybody on the page. Okay. Who are we going to pick? Okay. Dallas dental specialist. Okay. Let's just click their website. I have no affiliation with them. Their website's not secure. So point at them and say, hey, some guy online says your website's not secure. We're going to copy this. Okay, this is a very cheesy website. Actually, this is an extremely horrible website. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at their... Okay. So this is... Maybe we should do this. If you have horrible looking websites you want to send to me, like give me a link in the comment below. Like leave a comment. I'm going to get this YouTube thing figured out soon or later. Leave me a comment underneath this video and say, man, you got to check out this website. This website is absolutely horrible. Maybe we'll do like a reaction video or something. Okay. But this is an absolutely horrible looking website. Okay. So anyways, I'm just going to copy their link here. And now let's go back here and we're going to compare this. Okay. I'm just going to same stats and everything. Let's just compare and let's see what happens here. Okay. And again, they might have a fast loading website. I have no idea. Just aesthetically, okay, talking about the user engagement of a website, that website's not very good. Okay. As we have a whole picture, is the website speed, it's SEO, it's social media, it's everything. Okay, so let's check this out. Okay, so the website loads in 2.8 seconds, but we can see their grades. Okay, F, okay. They call for a lot of things. So let's click on this and let's look at this a little bit more. Okay, so these are the page scores. We have F, we have 43%, F 42. Now it didn't take much to load, and the page size is underneath like kind of the average for a website. But they have a lot of requests, okay? But you can see it'll tell you like what are the things that are wrong. So now let's go to this waterfall and let's see what's going on. Okay, so we can see that the CSS file took quite a long time to load. We got different CSS files, and so they got quite a few issues here that if they use maybe like the plugin that I use, like they would probably be under 2-second website. That's my belief, okay? And so this is a great thing. So again, they're pretty low there. So let's choose somebody else. Okay, let's pick on somebody else. Because I definitely want you to see somebody who's over this. Let's do. Oh man, let's pick on a different place. Let's do San Diego landscaping. Okay, let's pick on somebody else here. Okay, this is completely. I have no idea. Let's do a page 3, right? Because so obviously people are on page 1 already. Let's do Heavyland. Okay, so they have a secure website for HTTPS. Let's copy this. Now let's compare it now. Let's compare this one. And we're gonna place it in there. Okay, we're gonna do the abracadabra, spirit fingers here. Maybe PewDiePie or whatever he would do. I don't even know if I can say that. That's probably trademarked or something, but you know what I mean. So we can check this out here. So okay, so obviously I can tell with the screenshot here, we're already looking pretty good. Obviously, it's a way better website than the dentist website for sure. But let's see what we're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at different page scores here. Okay, so we have C's and D's, and they load in 4.2 seconds, okay? And they just have a few different options going on here that are just a little bit slow, okay? 96 requests. Okay, so not too bad. So, long story short is when you're using this plugin, or excuse me, when you're using the software, okay, this is free, it doesn't cost anything. I mean, I think they probably have some paid plans, but this is, if you're just a small mom and pop shop, dude, don't even worry about it, okay? I would go ahead and create an account because then it would make a little bit of difference. And let me show you what that kind of looks like real quick. When you do actually create an account, it looks like, let me go to it. Okay, so it looks kind of like this. I mean, you can choose, instead of Vancouver, I can do Dallas, which is actually closer to me. And then we can test it. And we'll go ahead and test it here. I mean, we'll see if we get, maybe I'm better with Vancouver. I have no idea, but I think all in all, if you have a different comment on this, please do, let me know if you have a different tool you like to use. But I think to kind of pinpoint, because if you're coming up with like speeds that are like 10 plus, then you know something's wrong, okay? Okay, so this, we got 1.7 seconds, 20 requests. I feel extremely good about this, and this is in Dallas. I'm in Colorado, but this website's different for me because I do help people from coast to coast, and so this is important for me to have, for my own personal website, for me to be good, around the world, or at least in America, where if you are in Dallas, then you do want to have a fast loading website in your area. If you're in California, if you're in Wyoming, if you're in New York, wherever you're at, you want a fast loading website. So if you do have an extremely slow website, man, you don't want to do that. I would really focus on your website, getting it under 3 seconds if possible, if you can. Because let's look at Google real quick. Okay, we're going to go to Google and let's type in absolutely anything. Let's do Wyoming hotels. Okay, the beautiful state of Wyoming. Okay, so there's 29 million results, and it took basically 1 second. Okay, this right here is the money thing. This is what's telling you that Google cares about how fast your website, is. They're telling you that it took basically 1 second to load this. So if Google is going to promote this and tell you exactly like, hey, this is how fast it took us to, get all of these 29 million results together, then they care about speed. And you can do some searches, but places like Amazon and eBay, they've talked about how 1 second, every second it takes for their website to load could cost them millions of dollars. Because people get frustrated and they want to leave, right? I mean, if something's sitting there and it's just spinning and you're just seeing like, a little whatever your phone or device has, and it's just spinning, you're like, dude, I don't want to do this, right? And you're going to split. They know this. So that's why it's very important to have your websites where it's extremely fast, okay? So let's try another test here. So this one was gtmetrics.com. Another one you can do is tools.pingdom.com. But what I do is I go to Google and I type in pingdom test. That's what I look it up, okay? So I did the same thing on my website here, okay? It loaded in 974 milliseconds from San Francisco, okay? And they gave me a B rating, okay? And I'm fine with that, right? I mean, it's fast for me, but you can type in whatever you want, okay? Let's do Amazon for an example. And let's go for the big guns here, okay? And we'll see what they show their stuff running in. And again, I would do this at least once, okay? I would do it a few times, really, but I would do it in one scenario. I would sit there and I would test your website, try these different things. And if you have less than a 3 second website, I think that's pretty good, okay? So again, we have Amazon loading in less than 2 seconds on this. I mean, they have extremely optimized websites and all kinds of stuff. I mean, Amazon has their own CDN stuff, so which is a content delivery network. So, but I mean, you can tell. I mean, they're a huge website, 252 requests, big, huge page, and they're loading in less than 2 seconds. So again, this is such a huge thing. So I showed you the tools. Put your website in there, test around with it, see how fast your website's loading. Now, here's the fix, okay? You say, Chris, dude, I got my results and they said that this is wrong or that is wrong. And you can go through there and it'll actually tell you what some of the issues are, okay? So if it says to optimize images, it'll give you a list of what images to optimize, okay? If it says defer parsing of JavaScript, it'll tell you what's causing the issue, okay? Minify your HTML, minify JavaScript, do all these different things. These are all items that it'll tell you what is wrong. And then you can go to Google and you can type it out and you can look at what the results, what are ways to fix it, okay? Typically it has something to do with the .ht access file. But if that's like, you're like, dude, I have no idea what you even said, then I would use a plugin, okay? So I'm gonna share with you what I use, and I use a plugin called WP Rocket. Now, in my descriptions video, I do have an affiliate link, and if you check it out, get a trial, whatever, I appreciate it. It helps support my channel, so thank you so much for doing that. It doesn't cost you anything else, doesn't cost you any more. I'm not making this video just for that reason or anything like that, but it's what works, and I think it works great. So here's the thing. So you can use them, and it takes care of basically everything that this is going to throw at you, like deferring your JavaScript, minifying your HTML, your JavaScript, your CSS. It's going to do, the leverage browser caching. I mean, it's gonna, these things that make no sense, right? You just plug in this plugin and it's done. Okay. Let me show you. Okay. Because you might be skeptical. You're like, Chris, nah, dude. Like, no. Okay. So let me show you how this works. Okay. I'm going to go back to my website here. And you can see I have 𝗦𝗲 installed. I'm going to go down to my plugins. I'm going to uninstall this. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to deactivate this. Okay. I'm just going to skip. So I do not have any caching plugin. Okay. You can go through my stuff. I have no caching plugin. Okay. So now let's retest this. Okay. Now, again, I have the same, I'm in Dallas area, I'm same Chrome and desktop. I haven't switched anything. All I did was remove the plugin. Okay, so I have A/B scores, and now we're going to go back and check it out and see this. Okay, I went from A to F. You talk about failing quickly. I went from A to F. And so you can tell now my website is still loading, okay, but the page size got huge. And then the request, crazy, right? I got Fs, I got all kinds of bad stuff. And that shows you how by adding a plugin can make such a huge difference. So if you're like, Chris, dude, I got all these bad scores and I have, and you may not get an A on everything. You're not going to maybe get 100% on absolutely every single thing, but the better you can get, obviously it is. Okay. So now let's go back and let's reactivate that baby. Okay. We don't want to leave it. I don't want to be, I'm not an F student, right? I want to make sure that, that we're doing good here. Okay. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to clear my cache. And now let's go back to this. If I find I got too many things open. Okay. Let's go back to this. We're going to retest it. Okay. Everything's the same. I'm not adjusting anything. I'm not making any difference on anything at all. And we're going to go back and we're going to see why having this makes such a huge difference. Okay. So here we go. Coming up. Bam. Back to A and B. 1.5 fully loaded. Small page size. Nearly a third of the stuff less. So I promise you, okay? So I never steer you wrong. I want you to always know that I'm a legit dude. And if your website is extremely slow, I highly recommend using this plugin. Now, there's other plugins, okay? There's like Total W3 Cache or whatever. Now, that one's tough. Like, that one's tough for me. But they do have an option. You can pay somebody to like install it for you, which might be a good option. There's also Super Cache, I believe, or Super WP Cache or something. And then there's like Cheetah Cache, and there's like so many different ones. But for me, I'm like, I'd rather pay the $50 a year or whatever it is and go ahead and get something that works, right? And this, obviously, I'm showing you. I'm like, I'm not faking this. Like, this is a legit thing. This works, okay? So, long story short, you need a fast website, okay? It needs to be fast on mobile devices. We live in a mobile society. Everything needs to be fast. We want satisfaction now, right? You don't want to wait. You don't even want to wait for, fast food or coffee, right? I mean, we got tablets now everywhere we go to order things and like grocery pickup and stuff, right? You don't want to wait for a website, just like with your website, okay? Don't lose sales. Don't lose giving out leads and stuff just because your website is slow. So do me a favor again. You can check out the links in the description. You can check out these websites that I talked about that you can go to. Check out the speed of your website, okay? And then, if you come up and your website is crazy slow, you may consider using the plugin. It's up to you. I'll put that affiliate link in there as well. But again, at the end of the day, I want your website to be screaming fast, okay? And of course, you can always go to my website, 𝗦𝗲𝗍.com. I actually show you the fastest WordPress theme that I use, and it's amazingly fast, and especially if you care about things like that. So thank you again so much for watching this video. I do hope that you got something out of this. Please do subscribe. You can hit my face up here and give it a tap, and please subscribe. Or you can also watch these other videos to see what I have going on about how to build a website and just how to succeed online. So thank you again so much, and I do hope that you find success online, offline, and in your life. God bless.